today?
Low taper and like usual, whatever braids you want to do.
So he gave me creative freedom, so I'm about to go in and do my thing. We're gonna start with a strong middle part and use our firm hold gel just to really define the part, make it super clean. And for this style, I found it easiest to go in and do a 4 quadrant section just to give me better control of the style. And then I'm going to start with my first triangular section. And then from the second point there, I am going to make another straight line down. And then clip the other hair out of the way. And then I am going to put gel to that area, comb it in, smooth it out. And then I'm going to make my first braid. For a style like this, which is the chrome heart design, I like to kind of like braid as I'm going. I just find it easier that way. That's my preference. That's what helped me to achieve this look. And then braid it all the way down and put a elastic on his ends. Then from there, I'm going to start the second triangle, and then we're gonna end up doing like a straight line from that until you get to like where you kind of put the quadrants. And then here I am just gonna make my next, it's kind of like an arrow. So about from there, I'm gonna make my second triangle. And you can go over the parts as many times as you need to get it super clean and constantly like check it and then look at your reference picture, reference style, just to make sure that you're doing everything in balance and like making everything proportionate to each other, because that's very important. And then after you get that arrow in there from the the point of the triangle, you go down to the ear, make another line, clip the other hair out of the way, and then you're gonna start your second, it's like an outside braid because the center of it is going to be the chrome heart. Again, I find it easier to do the outside braids first and then, go into the center and do the other design. And then on this side, we're just gonna mirror everything that we did on the other side. And then another tip is I like to use the comb to measure the one side and then use it on the other just to make sure everything is balanced and proportionate. That's something that helps me. So I hope it helps you too. Then once you have that second point established, you're going to do the same thing that you did on the other side, just a mirror. We're just flipping it to the other side and doing the same exact thing. So you're going to define that part, get it super clean, and then clip the other hair out of the way. And then after you have this braid done, then you have 3 braids done already. I prefer to do it like this again, just because it seems less overwhelming this way and like easier to get done. Because sometimes when I do styles, like I get a little bit like overwhelmed. So I do anything to like, make it go by easier and make it go by faster too. And then, we're just braiding that all the way down. And then after this one, you're going to mirror the other side again. And, that second braid that we did on the left side, you're going to do the same exact thing on the right. This style was definitely a challenge. Like, I did it on him before when it first, like, got really popular. I saw some girl post on Instagram and I was like, oh, that's really dope and like different. And like, I didn't know it was called like a chrome heart. I just saw it and I was like, oh, it kind of looks like a cross. Like, that's cool. So I wanted to try to do it on him. The first time I did it, I did the best I could. It looked a lot easier, like seeing someone post it than actually going in to do it. So it was challenging. It took a long time, but this time I was way more prepared for it. And I was like, all right, let me do my research. Let me look at other braiders and how they broke it down, because everybody has their own style of braiding. And I was like, I'm gonna take notes from a few people. So I watched a couple of videos, and then I have a mannequin head at home that I practice on a lot, which is a good idea. You should get one if you want to practice braiding. You can get them on like Amazon or at a beauty supply store. But yeah, so I practiced it on my mannequin a few times and, watched different videos. And then I came up with my own, plan on how to achieve the look. And guys, these are braiding rings. I took a class with a braider that's in the same building as me, and she suggested to get braiding rings to help like part the hair and get the braids to be like more neat and more clean. So I got them, and it took me a while to adjust to it. It's definitely an adjustment period, but it made it so much easier, and I love them now. So yeah, I'll leave a link for that in the description below. You can get them on Amazon, and they're really cute too. Mine are like rainbow. So now I'm on the third arrow, and it has to be identical to the other side, or as close to identical as you can get it. So I am constantly checking the other side, just trying to make sure that it's like a reflection of it and that everything is balanced and proportionate. And then once I have those out of the way, I'm gonna start on the other like perimeter, like outside braids, just to like, just get that out of the way. Yeah, I like doing the outside ones first when I do the chrome heart design. It's just so much easier for me that way. Like, it made it go by a lot faster. And do you see how like clean those parts are with the braiding rings? I just love it. It just makes all the difference for me. So I did the other braids on the other side, so now I'm just mirroring it, doing the same thing. There is one braid on the right side of like the cross, the chrome heart, that I left until the very end because the chrome heart, those three braids in the center, they're actually going to be fed into that braid. So that's why I left it out. You'll see it is all gonna come together at the end. So then the outside, the perimeter braids are done. So now we are going to go on the inside braids, the arrows, the chrome heart. So yeah, I'm gonna start on I think that's the left side. It doesn't matter, you could do left or right, whichever you prefer. And then you're just gonna braid that till you get to the center. And then I braid down just a little bit, and then it's gonna feed into the middle arrow. So you do that, and then you do the same thing on the other side. And sometimes with braiding, like certain designs, like you have to like position yourself like kind of like you're braiding upside down a little bit, but I mean, you have to do whatever it takes to get the design right. So, like that's what you got to do. So yeah, I found it easier to do the side ones first because they're going to feed into the center one. And then you go in, you do the center one, and you braid it down to about the middle, get all the hair in the middle, and then feed the side braids into that. And then I had already kind of like parted the lower half of it, so it'll just feed into that, and then it feeds into the side braid, and it all comes together. And yo, I felt so amazed at the end of this and so accomplished because, like, this style is difficult. It looks easy, but it is difficult. And I was just like, I felt so relieved at the end. So now, I'm a barberess. So I'm going in, I'm doing his cut. We do a low taper on the back and the sides for him, and then we fade the beard in. It just brings everything together. My clients love coming to me for both because they don't have to go to two separate places. Everything's just so much easier that way. And I love bringing both of the worlds together, cosmetology and barbering. I'm very passionate about it. So, yeah. If you're a barber and you want to learn how to braid, like, check out my videos and then, like, buy a mannequin or, like, tell one of your clients that you want to practice and, like, do it. And if you're a stylist, same thing. If you want to learn how to cut, like ask someone if they want to be a model for like a cut and braid service, go in and do it. Like my clients just love the convenience of it. So much easier. So I only recorded like a little bit of the haircut because the braid, it was like a pretty like intense design, so I didn't want to make the video like too long, but I have a bunch of videos on like low tapers. So if you want a more in-depth one, then check out my other videos because I definitely go into more detail on the other ones. Yeah, I just didn't want to make this video too long, but here I am going in and doing his shape up. It's best to work your way down. Start with a higher guard and then keep going lower until you get to the desired length, until all the hair is laying down perfectly for you. And then before I do the shape up, I always visualize it before I go in. And then I will go in with my trimmers and, go in and give him a nice crispy shape up, nice sharp line to bring the haircut and the braids and, everything together. And then I always go in, finish with the straight razor, give him that nice crisp line. And guys, we are almost done. This one took me a minute, I'm not gonna lie. But you cannot rush perfection, So yeah, you can't rush perfection. So, and my clients know that I'm going to get them as close to perfect as I possibly can. There's no such thing as perfect, but hey, I'm a try. Okay. And my clients love it. So, they just know Mary gonna take her time, but it's gonna look great. So yeah. And then I'm gonna hit him with some mousse on the braids just to get any flyaways and to like hydrate it. So that's the finished look. I spent forever on it, but I'm so happy with the outcome. All right, so it's all done. What you think?
I love it.
You love it?
Yep.
I'm glad to hear that.
You don't never disappoint.
Okay.